Hey folks, how you doing? This is Steve with Backyard Fed. Just want to talk to you today about perennials in the garden. Having different things in your garden that are perennial. This right here is my asparagus. As you can tell, I'm letting it grow out right now. I'm not doing any more harvesting this year. That promotes good growth for next year. I just want to talk to you folks because as you can see, I've got all my gardens. I've got squash and celery and more squash and tomatoes and everything else all through the garden. But these are plants that you have to do every single year. Start them inside or start them from seed outside. And it's very time consuming. And it's just a process that I love, but can be a real pain. Alright, so I want to talk to you guys about perennials today. As you can see here, this is one of my perennials. This is a Honeycrisp apple tree. I've also got over here, you can see all these bushes that go through here. These are all blueberry bushes. Down below the blueberry bushes are all strawberries. And I'm trying to grow as many perennials in my yard as possible so I don't have to continuously replant every year. So you can see my blueberries are starting to fill up for me, which is awesome. I can't wait to get the harvest from those. Even out here in the front, I'll show you out here, planted another cherry tree right here. It's just freshly planted this year, so it doesn't look like much yet. That's my little cherry tree. It's a Stella cherry. Over here, I was actually just getting ready to move these, but these are blackberries. So you can see they are all flowering, starting to fruit, and they come back every year. These will actually, if they hit the ground, they will actually start new roots, produce more. Like I said, folks, perennials, they're an amazing benefit to add to your garden. It's something you can get fruit or vegetables from year after year without having to replant. So that is amazing. You see these are just the blueberries again, my apple tree. Now, as of right now, I'm trying to get as many perennials as I can because I want to have to plant as little as possible to get the biggest yield possible. These right here, sorry folks, I don't remember the names of either of these grapes. This is my purple grapevine here. It produces me a ton of food every single year. Over here is my green grapes. And like I said, I don't ever remember the names of them. But as you can see, folks, like if you see these little clusters here, they're all over the place. These are all going to be producing grapes for me. But these are my green grapevines here. Have those planted. Over here, I've got a peach tree there. This right here is my Asian pear tree. As you can see, folks, these are getting tons of fruit too. Like, I don't know how well you can see the fruit, but they are getting tons of fruit. Over here on my peach tree, getting tons and tons of peaches this year. These are just going to be amazing. Now, these Asian pears, they end up coming out the shape of an apple. They're a little different than your traditional pear, but they are pretty delicious. Like I said, this is another perennial that I don't have to plant every year. All right. Over here, this is my Arkansas black apple tree. This is going to be the first year that I'm getting fruit from it. Let me get over here where I can get around the wood. But as you can see, I'm getting apples and stuff on here. It's not a whole lot, but there are some apples. So I'm pretty happy about that. I can't wait to try these things this year. It's going to be pretty amazing. But that is my Arkansas apple tree. Right here, If you can see all this abundance of fruit that's on this thing. This is my cherry tree. Shoot, what kind of cherry tree is this? I'm sorry, I don't remember the name of that right now either. Another perennial I don't have to plant every year. And then over here, these would be a lot better, except for my son ran these over with the lawnmower last year. As you can see, these are raspberries here. Just waiting for them to get a little bit bigger. I doubt they're going to produce anything this year. Hopefully next year they will. Over here is another still a cherry tree that I just got. Like I said, it doesn't look like much yet. By next year, this thing should be pretty nice. So folks, like I said, it doesn't take a real big yard. I've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fruit trees planted right here. I got one out front. I'm about to have a mulberry tree over by the chicken coop. And then I've got my Honeycrisp apple tree there, the grapevines, the asparagus. All of that is perennial. I don't have to plant every year. It's going to provide me and my family with so much food and diversity of food. And as you can see, folks, like, my yard is not huge. And it's not a small yard. And definitely bigger than a New York yard or something like that. But folks, look. It's not that much room. It's not that big. And there's a ton of food in here that will grow every single year with or without my help. And like I said, having trees and bushes and plants that produce every single year over stuff that you have to plant every single year. And you got to start from seed, plant them in the ground. Perennials the way to go if you can do it. Adding these to your yard is going to just save you so much time, so much money. And you'll get such an abundance harvest of food out of them. Then if you add these little ladies to you, don't let anybody lie to you. It's not cheaper than buying eggs, but it's pretty well worth it. I like having them. Oh, another thing, folks, is your herbs. A lot of your herbs you can grow for multiple years. But like your thyme, I have a thyme plant over here. This thyme plant right here, got a little grass and stuff growing in it right now, but that thyme plant is like 4 years old. It was actually in my old box. I cut it down. I figured I killed it off. I ripped the old box off, tossed it in a bucket with a bunch of scrap wood and branches and stuff I was getting ready to get rid of. And then I realized it was still alive and I brought it back. But all these herbs, like your thyme, your sage, your rosemary, your basil, all this stuff can live multiple years. You don't have to replant. Depending on your climate, obviously. Like me, I know my rosemary is not going to handle northern Michigan winter. It's going to die. So what I can do is I can cut that off. I can bring it inside. I can cultivate it inside if I want. But everything you can do, folks, just these little blueberry bushes, grapes, asparagus, artichoke, herbs. They're all just amazing to have. That's it.